What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well today. Managed to get my hands on a copy of Wreckfest early, so super pleased with that. So what I'm going to do is actually take you into the game. This is on Xbox One X, by the way. It is actually in 4K, 2160p. I took a screenshot of my TV because this is actually being recorded in 1080p because my video game capture card is only 1080, unfortunately, but it is in 4K and it's Xbox One enhanced. Xbox One X enhanced. So let's just get into this. I'm going to take you through everything that's available in the console versions. There's not a great deal of videos at the moment that actually covers it. I've played the game for about an hour just to kind of get used to it a little bit, but as you can see, I'm already level 7. 21,180 credits and 57,780 XP. So what have we got? Okay, first of all, let me just take you into the garage just to show you all cars that's available. So we've got the market where you can purchase cars. Some of these are unlockable at certain levels. Yeah, you can have a little browse around all the cars. It's not just a static view. So let's go through all of these cars. I think there's about 22, 23 in total. So we're going to rip through these really quick. Some of these, well, the majority of the cars are obviously just kind of custom made for the game. None of them's official cars. I guess that's to do with licensing deals and so on. But we'll just go through all of these. As you can see at the bottom there, you've got their acceleration, top speed, cornering, and strength, so on, and their drive, whether it's a drive shaft, whether it's rear wheel or front wheel drive, it's obviously highlighted there. And it also says what the class is at the side. This is a C113, so it's a C class, but it's I guess its grade is 113. I'm not sure. As you upgrade them, as you put you know, new modifications on, air filter, exhaust, drive shaft, everything like that, it takes it up to higher ranks. Putting armor on actually takes the rank down. Also, it takes your top speed, acceleration, cornering down, what's obviously actually increases your strength. I've noticed a kind of few little bugs in the game. I'll tell you about those as we get to them, but in the bottom right hand corner there where it says toggle info, that's actually the Y button. So you can toggle it to see different things like the horsepower, the torque, the weight of the car, and how many gears it's got. But we'll just take those back for now as we go through the rest of these cars. We're going to just go through these. We will play some actual gameplay later. The game does play super good. It's super responsive. Super happy with it actually. I was expecting with no footage at all from THQ or Bugbear. I was a little bit apprehensive actually to whether it was going to be good or not, but I can safely say they haven't let us down. It's an amazing game actually, to be honest. This looks like an old Honda Civic A-Type, if I'm right. Looks a little bit like a No Fear Skull on the front, but that looks quite cool. When we get onto the Dominator, you can see there, obviously, just go back to that one, it's locked. I can't buy that currently. It requires me to be level 17, and I'm only level 7 at the moment, so some of these are locked down for the meantime. You can change everything on the car pretty much. I'll show you that in a second as well. I'm just going to go through these super quick, just so you get an idea of all the cars that's available. I'm not going to try to name them all. That looks like an old Ford Escort though, if I remember rightly. This one, I can picture the car in my head. I can kind of picture it, but I can't tell you what it is. Triumph maybe? No, probably not. This looks like an old Ford Cortina, maybe? That looks a bit wrong for a Ford Capri. Maybe it's a Cortina, I don't know. This one's an old stage wagon by the looks of things. It's called a war wagon. We're getting into the B classes now, so they're getting stronger, getting slightly better cars. Okay, we got another one there. I'm going to go through these quite quick. Some of you out there probably want to see these cars. Some of you might not be too bothered about them, so I'm just going to scroll around them really quick. Like I said before, I played the game. It's only been recorded in 1080p, but it is when you play the game. If you've got an Xbox One X, I'm not sure about X1 standard, but yeah, it's definitely in 4K and at 30 frames a second locked. There's no slowdown whatsoever in the game. You can't notice any slowdown, even at the start when you got 24 cars all starting together on the start line. And you got huge amounts of crashes and everything going on. No noticeable slowdown whatsoever. It's absolutely fluid throughout the whole game, so you don't need to worry about that. I haven't actually played any multiplayer yet, but I will actually bring up the multiplayer options screen in a minute just to show you the lobbies and how it all works, how you can join games. And that's the last of the cars. That looks like you can just buy it outright. It's 26,000 credits. I'm on 21,000. I've been playing, I'd say I've had about an hour's play. I just wanted to get some play in just before I actually created the video. Um, just to give you my opinion on how it plays and what it's like, and kind of going through the menus and stuff just before I make the video rather than going into it blind. Okay, let me just give you an idea of the customization that you've got. I've only actually unlocked 3 cars at the moment, so you obviously choose your car before in your garage, and that's, you can customize it, you can put different liveries on it, liveries, you can kind of change the paint, change the colors. You haven't got any actual what would I say, you can't change the numbers, you can't change the writing and so on. Well, you can change the numbers, sorry, but you can't actually change them to what you want. I'll show you what I mean. So if we go into the paint shop now, this is one of the cars that I've put on. So you can change your styles. You can get more styles and you can get more kind of liveries and different styles and different stuff as you progress through the career mode. Okay, so say for instance we wanted to pick I don't know, this style here, for instance, then we would go into the, is it liveries or livery? I'm not quite sure how you say that, but then you can change it here, obviously. Uh, Again, you can see all around your car. If I'm moving a bit fast, it's because it's so sensitive. There's, you know, you move it just slightly and it zooms around. You can change all of that as well. There's so many options you can change. I will show you that in a second. I'm just going through these quick. You can turn it off completely. And the color is, you don't just choose your colors. Literally, you've got a whole color. It's not quite a color wheel, but you've got the, literally, you can choose whatever you want on the, why is the paint color not changing? Maybe because, oh yeah, there we go. And then you can change it back to different colors, so you can pretty much choose whatever hue, whatever color you want. You can literally get any single color you want. And also with the layers at the bottom, you can change the this probably isn't a very good example. Let me just go back to, oops, I went back one too far, sorry. Okay, so here, say, just going to show you the changing the color of the actual liveries. There we go. You can change those as well to whatever color you want. And say the second layer, which is yellow, you can change that. Oh, sorry. So you can change that. You can kind of customize most of the coloring, most of the color palette on the whole car, but you can't kind of overlap your own layers. You can't choose which liveries you want on there. They're kind of all custom set. Okay, so we'll just come out of this quick and let's go into the different upgrades you can put on cars. Okay, so you've got your engine, air filter, cooling, intake manifold, you've got your fuel system, you've got your ignition, exhaust manifold, valves, camshaft, and your pistons. So what you can do as well with this, like your engine, you've got multiple choices when you go into there. Obviously, as you upgrade your car, upgrade your career and get more experience, you get more engines and more, more options available to upgrade your car. Air filter increases your acceleration. You can see it going up at the side there from 4 to 4.1, and it's also changing your class of your car, so it's taking it up. Sometimes as well, if you change it too much, the Class C car becomes a Class B car, and so on. So you won't be able to use this in Class C races anymore. But also, if I really sorry, this is really sensitive. So if I go back into the upgrades again, at the top you can see in the top left you can see armor, visual, and so on. So you've got your front bumper here as an example. So it actually changes the look of the car and also changes the speed, handling, strength, and so on. Obviously the strength's going to go up with more armor, but your top speed, your cornering, and your acceleration is going to be obviously affected by putting all of these heavy armaments on. But you'd probably only want to use this really in a banger race or a destruction derby. You wouldn't want to use this if you're trying to obviously win races outright, but there's lots of options there, and as you go through the races as well, you unlock more for the car, so you'll get more added. You can tune your car as well, put obviously harder suspension, soft suspension, change your gear ratio up and down, change the differential, and change your brake balance. Obviously, you'll see how it changes the cornering and the top speed of your car um, by obviously adjusting those. I've left everything standard at the moment. I haven't got to a race yet that I need to really tweak the car to be able to complete the races. But yeah, so in Miscellaneous, let me just check out those settings for you, which I was telling you before, there is loads. Okay, for the purpose of this video, I've actually turned the music off. YouTube seems to be really bad with kind of blocking your videos if you you know, got music on. I don't actually monetize my channel anyway, so yeah, it's not going to matter too much to me. But I don't want my video to be taken down because of some music being in the video. So you can change obviously in-game music, the effects, the car engine noises, also the AI, your opponent's car engine noises, interface sound effects, and the ambient volume. Gameplay, you can change the units to KMH or MPH, show the HUD, show the minimap, yes or no, show player names on and off. I've turned mine off. You can still see them at the side of the side if you wish. I'll show you that in a later video, but you can get the whole list of all of the races to see how far you are ahead of them or how far behind them. You've got two different versions where you can have the whole list of 24 races or 16 in multiplayer, or you can have just the top 5 listed rather than having a big scoreboard at the side. So I've chosen to take the player names off the top of the cars, because when you're driving you can literally just see a whole field of names, which is quite off-putting to be honest. Showing game chat, you can have that yes on or off. You can change your field of view. For those who kind of don't know, it's almost like having a wide angle lens on your camera sort of thing. So if you can imagine your car and everything's kind of zoomed out so you can see more, but I've left mine at 0 degrees, so it works really well as it's set to default, but have a little play around with it. You might find better settings there. Okay, auto look back. Okay, this is basically to look behind the car. If you've smashed somebody, um, it kind of looks behind you, almost like Need for Speed. If you can imagine when you wreck somebody, it kind of zooms onto that car and you have a little kind of second or so where it shows that car smashing. Well, you can kind of have this. I've got mine turned off. You can still look back with the analog stick if you want to, or there's the right bumper as well to look behind you. But the analog stick's almost like a 360 view where you can just pan it around with the right analog stick, and also you can press the right RB button to just look directly backwards. Okay, you can have a delay on whenever it looks back. Auto look back speed, I've left those all at default. Camera shake, basically that's when you're taking huge damage from cars. You can have a bit of almost like motion jodder, whatever, when you're being hit hard. And you've got your controls. Okay, so yeah, you can change your view with the back button. I think there's about 5 different views. Close up, external view of the car. Then you got another one further out again, and then kind of small. And then you've got a bonnet view, and you've also got a cockpit view. You're steering obviously with your analog stick. You got a cinematic camera. You can actually play the game in cinematic camera if you want. It's quite kind of hard to control because it kind of gives you action pictures rather than just behind your car or from inside the cockpit. So toggle player list, you can press down. That obviously gives you all of the players' names at the side, and you've got your obviously accelerate, look back, your handbrake, gear up, gear down if you're using manual, and your free look. Okay, advanced settings. Well, okay, there's so much in here. I haven't really tampered with any of this yet, so but I'm just going to show you everything. Some people do like to see what's available in game to them. So you got your vibration strength on the actual controller. Steering dead zone, the percent of input which steering wheel is ignored. Increase this in case your controller seems to steer by itself. Well, I've had no problems so far. Steering saturation. What I'll do is I'll go through these really quick, and if you want to pause to see what they all say at the side, then by all means do that. Okay, so you got steering sensitivity, steering speed sensitivity, accelerator saturation, accelerator dead zone, brake saturation, brake dead zone, clutch saturation, clutch dead zone, test steering, test throttling, test braking, and test clutch. Okay, so we've been through those now. Profile is nothing really to worry about. It's just obviously to select which profile you want to play the game with. It's nothing more than that. And obviously the credits is just the game developer credits. Sometimes people like to see these, but I haven't gone back. Oops, I haven't bothered too much with that. So what have we got actually in the game to play? Right, we've got the career mode. DLC store, purchase additional content. Well, there's nothing actually in the store to purchase at the moment. I'm guessing as DLC is released, it'll be available here to buy. I've got the actual season pass anyway, so I won't obviously be buying anything for the first season. But I'm guessing it'll be available to buy separately as and when it comes out. So keep an eye on that if you haven't got the season pass with the game, because you'll probably have content there coming sooner or later. Right, racing career. Okay. Like I said, I've been playing for an hour or so, and I'm still in the regional juniors. I can't go into national amateurs, challengers, pro internationals, or all world masters just yet. But in the regional juniors, yeah, I've noticed this bug. I don't know whether you're going to notice it yourself or whether there's going to be a patch on day one. But every time I go into the career mode, I got this really funny. I don't know. It's almost like the background kind of coming through. Obviously disappears in the actual game when you're playing, but it's just kind of on this title screen here. So when you're actually racing, it tells you the rewards you can get in the bottom left hand corner there. The reward for completing that is the lawnmower. I've unlocked that. And the reward for completing challenge mean machine was the TriStar, which I've already got that. You don't need to get all the golds, you just need to get the required points to finish. The stars are kind of like additional what would I say, additional challenges you can do during the race. You don't have to unlock them to all to get the car. Let me just show you here. Oh, the sofa racing is crazy. They are so fast. So hard to control as well, guys. I'll show you a bit of that. After I've done this video, I'm literally going to go straight into making videos actually of the racing. So as soon as this is uploaded, I shall be doing some racing straight after this. So yeah, we've got plenty to do in here. Basically, as you unlock more cars, you can use these in custom events. Okay, so custom events. These are all your tracks, guys. Loads of tracks. I didn't actually count how many there were, but I'll take you through them all super quickly. So you got Madman Stadium, you got Fairfield County, Fairfield Mod Pit, Fairfield Grassfield, Glendale Countryside, Bloomfield Speedway, Bonebaker Valley, Crash Canyon, Dirt Devil Stadium, Deathloop. I think this is a new one actually that's just been added to the PC as well, if I believe, today with their PC update. Midwest Motor Center, Hilltop Stadium, Big Valley Speedway, Sandstone Raceway. Is that Savolax Sandpit? Savolax Sandpit? I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. Boulder Bank Circuit, Fire Rock Raceway, Motor City Circuit. Oh, here we go. Espindalen Raceway. Probably, yeah, probably got that wrong. Fincross Circuit, Marston Motor Centre. I think this is one of Ollie Lerbeck's very track packs, Matt, believe correctly. Pine Hills Raceway. I think that's also another one. Rosenheim Raceway, Northland Raceway, Firwood Motor Centre, and Norfolk Ring. Okay, all of these races as well. If you want to pick an event to create. Basically, just say if we pick this one, for instance, there's multiple courses within the actual race. Some have 2, some have 3, some have 4, and so on. You can race them backwards, you can race them forwards, you can do a kind of short version of the circuit. So there's multiple options available in each one. So as you can see, some's got more than others. Figure of 8s or just the oval outside. Yeah, so there's plenty of options to choose if you're creating events for your friends or for yourself to just mess around in. And also as well, in these custom events, I did one just earlier. You can only use the cars, unfortunately, that you've unlocked at the moment. So, okay, if we select the track, just say that one, for instance, we'll do it in reverse, then you get to select your car. I've only unlocked these 3 at the moment, but when you unlock everything else, like the motorhomes, the combine harvester, the big rigs, the bosses, and everything like that, you can use all of those. Okay, so what I can do, so say I was going to use the rocket, for instance, then you go to select your event options. So you can have a banger race, a team race, select your number of teams, and so on. You can have an elimination race, which is basically uh, every split time on the track. I think it's the last 2 or 3 cars. I haven't actually played it yet, but I think it's the last 2 or 3 cars are completely eliminated from the race. So you've got to make sure you're within the first top 5 as you get to every split time. Otherwise, your car's just wrecked and blown up. Okay, so you've got back to banger race, and you can choose your opponents up to 23. Obviously, that 24 including yourself. Number of laps. How many laps is the maximum you can do? Replay maybe cut short. Okay, yeah, because replay is really good actually, but I think it can only hold a certain amount of pre-recorded data on your hard drive or so on. So you probably won't want to do too many laps if you're trying to actually record a video from the photo mode. Okay, so time of day, you've got a few different presets in here. You've got random, hazy sunrise, a clear day, a cloudy afternoon, clear sunset, or back to a random. The AI vehicle class. Okay, so you can choose anything from Class A, Class B, Class C, special vehicles, mix, derby vehicles, mixed vehicles, super vans, which are like those freewheeler vans for any of you that's seen Only Fools and Horses. That's their super van, the freewheeler. Okay, sofa car, obviously know what that is. The school bus, motorhome, lawnmowers, harvesters, double deckers. Double deckers aren't the double decker buses, they're kind of like one car on top of another car. The big rigs, and then you're back to Class A. And vehicle damage, you can put it on normal, which is obviously just arcadey type mode. And then you've got your realistic, which is kind of one hit, or one big shunt can kind of wreck your car. Okay, so next you've got difficulties from here. Hope I'm not going on too long, guys. I'm trying to make this more of a just to give you exactly what options you've got available. You might find this a little bit boring, but I know there's some of you out there that wants to know exactly what's going to be available to you when you pick this up on Tuesday. So driving difficulty, you've got normal, hard, extra hard, or custom, so you can choose your own there. I kind of go with normal. I go with the automatic shifting. ABS, so you've got full ABS, half ABS, where you can put your ABS off completely. Traction control, again, you've got off half full. Stability control, again. And the AI difficulty, novice, amateur, expert. Okay, and what you do when you go to summary, it tells you, or actually shows you what event you've kind of picked, and so on, and you can start the event. Okay, obviously, once you've unlocked all the cars, you can do whatever event you want and choose your own car. I've only got a choice of 3 at the moment, which is my rocket lawnmower, and I forgot what the other car was. Okay, multiplayer. This is probably what you're all, a lot of you wondering about. Okay, you can literally just go into a quick match. That throws you into either a banger type match, a race, or a derby match. Join join mixed events. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't actually been into that yet. Join a racing server, a special vehicles only server, which is the motorhome, buses, combine harvesters, and big rigs. Derby, join a Derby server. So if we were to go to server browser, I'm not even sure if there's going to be any available at this time because I've got the game like super early. So as you can see, there's literally one player online at the moment. Okay, let me just refresh that. Yeah, we got one player, literally one player online. Let me see if I can change that servers list. It's in region EU at the bottom. I'm not sure if I can change that, to be honest. Sort, is there any way to sort? Oh, it just sorts it by status or ping. Oh, that's quite handy at the side. The status, it tells you how many laps are left of the race. There's one there with 6 laps left. So you're not going to want to join a race really that's got 1 lap left. Okay, let me just go in and see if there are. Oh no, I don't want to join. No, no, come back out, come back out. What we do? What we do? Ah, I don't want to join it. Okay, looks like we're joining this one, guys. I'd be very surprised if there's anybody in it. Okay, this might be an option to see if the servers aren't full, whether AI cars are, I don't know, included instead of actual drivers, or whether it's just going to be me on my own. We shall find out. I haven't actually driven any of the bigger vehicles yet, so we'll see kind of how this looks. Okay, it seems a little bit slow. I guess it's connecting to the multiplayer servers. Okay, so race starts in 100. So this is the Big Valley Speedway Banger race. Okay, so let me just change my car. What have we got? Oh, okay. So, why are those available to me? So we've got school bus, motorhome. I don't own these vehicles, so I don't know why they're available to me. Whoa, that's quite big. Should we choose the gate crusher? Yeah, why not? Keys. I don't kind of know. No, I'm going to choose a C-class car actually because I don't want to be kind of too far out in front of everybody. That's not kind of fair, is it? So set ready. Here we go. First online race, guys. Let's jump into this. I'm starting on the front of the grid. There's only 4 of us in this race. It's a 2-lap race. Whoa, there we go. Big shunt up the ass straight to start with. And it's not a very... Whoa, that's a tight corner. I wasn't expecting that. Where are we going? Okay, I've not played this track before. Okay, but as you can see, it's looking pretty good. It's a kind of a cloudy day. We're still on lap 1, but we're kind of going back on ourselves. But Here we go. Let's see if I can win our first multiplayer race. That'd be quite nice. Oh, here we go. Where's the handbrake? I've forgotten where the handbrake is on this. Okay, position 3 of 7. Oh, there we go. Whole scoreboard up. There's 7 of us actually in the race. And I'm third with Roadrunner in front. I'm not sure if the Asterix is a AI controlled car. I'm guessing by their names they are probably AI controlled, because Xbox user gamer tags don't seem to be kind of that neat. They're all like, you know, numbers, letters, lowercase, uppercase names. They don't seem to be just straightforward names. Oh, there's a shunt up the ass. And I think we could probably, if I can get this guy stuck off me, win our first multiplayer match. Come on, Zero, out the way. I need to be on the inside to get the inside line on this next corner. See, there we go. Oh, just managed to hold on to that. You can look behind with the stick, or you can actually press the... I'm going to get hammered here, aren't I? Get through there, get through there. Well, we'll spin him around. So, no, we're going to take second, aren't we? There's no way I'm going to get first now, not even if I take this inside line. Very unlikely that I'm going to catch him. No chance. Oh, look, I've lost second place now as well. I'm third. Oh, there we go. Anyway, that's not too bad. I kind of wanted to do some smashing there, but to give you an idea of what the destruction was like. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to call this video kind of here for the meantime, and I'm going to get straight on another one, and I'm going to actually get into some proper action, proper damage, proper meaty kind of banger racing, and I shall show you what the destruction, what the physics, and what the kind of how all of the destruction works, really. Yeah, so let me just go back to the main menu very quickly just to see if there's anything I've missed. Probably didn't give you a great explanation actually as to how these how online works properly. That's one thing, one kind of annoyance with the game that I find at the moment is the loading screens, whether it's just because I'm super impatient or whether, I don't know, there's not many people in the lobbies or whatever at this time. But yeah, join a racing server, join a derby server. So I can't see at this time how to actually play with friends because there's no lobby. I was expecting a lobby so you could join with a friend and then jump into multiplayer, but there is no kind of lobby. It's just me on my own, and yeah, so maybe that's something that's going to be added or not. I don't know. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be a way to just jump in a lobby with your friends currently. Okay, guys, well, I think that's going to do it for this one. I know this is 30 minutes long, so hopefully there's enough information in there for you to get exactly of an idea what to expect when you jump into the game. But believe me, when I tell you that I played the career for an hour or so, and it's so much fun at the moment. But what I'm going to do is get straight onto another video now, and I shall show you some actually racing destruction very soon. But I hope this has been informative for you. Okay, guys, and I'm going to leave it there. So take care, have fun, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.